A few months ago, I was scrolling through local listings because I needed some extra money. Rent had just gone up, and I figured I'd pick up a side job for a couple of weeks. That's when I found an ad. It was simple. House sitter needed. 2 weeks. Feed the cat, water the plants. $2,000. I honestly thought it was fake. $2,000 for doing basically nothing? But I called the number anyway. An older couple answered. They sounded friendly, invited me over to see the house, and explained they were leaving for a 2-week vacation overseas. The house was beautiful. Big backyard, 2 floors. Everything looked perfectly normal. There was even this lazy orange cat that spent most of the time sleeping on the couch. As they were loading their luggage into the car, the wife suddenly stopped, reached into her pocket, and handed me a folded piece of paper. I smiled and asked, "Is this the Wi-Fi password or something?" She didn't laugh. She just looked me straight in the eyes and said, "No matter what happens after midnight, don't open the basement door." I waited for her to smile. She didn't. Her husband added, "I know it sounds strange, but please, don't." I nodded, even though I thought they were just trying to mess with me. After all, every old house makes weird noises. The first 3 nights were completely normal. I watched TV, fed the cat, played games on my laptop. Nothing happened. Then, on the 4th night, at exactly 12:07 a.m., I heard 3 slow knocks. Not on the front door, not on a wall, from underneath the floor. Knock, knock, knock. I muted the TV. Silence. Then another 3 knocks. This time they were louder. I followed the sound until I was standing in front of the basement door. It was an old wooden door with 3 deadbolts. I put my ear against it. Nothing. Just as I was about to walk away, someone whispered, "Hello?" I jumped back so hard I nearly fell over. It sounded like an old man. I convinced myself it had to be a prank. Maybe there was another entrance to the basement from outside. The next morning I walked around the entire house looking for one. There wasn't. No outside door. No basement windows. Nothing. That night I decided to stay awake. At exactly 12:07, the knocking started again. Only this time, the voice knew my name. Not just my first name. My full name. Middle name included. There was no way the couple had told anyone that. The whisper kept repeating it over and over. Then it stopped. For almost 5 minutes there was complete silence. Then I heard a second voice, a younger one. It quietly asked, "Did he open it?" The older voice replied, "Not yet." I didn't sleep at all that night. Over the next few days things only got worse. The cat refused to go anywhere near the basement. Every night it would sit at the top of the stairs, staring at the basement door, with its ears flat against its head. One evening I came downstairs and found all 3 locks unlocked. I know for a fact I hadn't touched them. My heart nearly stopped. I locked them again, this time taking a picture with my phone to make sure I wasn't imagining things. When the couple finally came home, I handed them the keys without saying a word. The husband looked at my face and immediately knew something had happened. He asked one question. "You didn't open it, did you?" I shook my head. He let out the biggest sigh of relief I'd ever heard. Then he walked over to a cabinet and pulled out an old newspaper. The headline read, "Family of 4 dies after mysterious basement incident." It was the same house. The article said the previous owners had complained for months about hearing voices beneath the house. One night, they finally opened the basement door. Neighbors reported hearing screams. When police arrived, the basement was completely empty. No signs of forced entry, no blood, no suspects, just an open basement door. I asked the husband why they still lived there if they knew all this. He stared at the basement for a long time before quietly saying, "Because whatever's down there has never figured out how to unlock the door."